Same draw commands that you used in the ribbons, like I said, you can always type in the command. So for line, it's line. Okay, and it'll get you the same command right there. Or type in a shortcut, which is L, enter, and that'll get you the line command. So if you want to be quick about it, it might be best for you to learn the shortcut command. Okay, so polyline, that would be PL, enter, and that'll get you the same polyline command, or actually type in polyline. And of course, when you start typing in, it's going to help you out to saying, is this the command that you want? And you could always click in there if you would like. Okay, circle as well. C for circle. And for the arc, I believe it was just A for arc. Yes. Okay, so pretty much for these guys, it's the first letter, except for the polyline PL. It's kind of like an abbreviation, right? You can also go into the draw pull-down menu, which we activated, and draw the same thing through that. Line command, the ray command that we just did, or I'm sorry, the construction line that we just did. We also have all of these other arcs and circles and such. Okay, so you have your pull down menu, you have your ribbons, and you have the command prompt. Okay, whenever there is a triangle in any of these, you have separate options. So rectangle can turn into a polygon command, which means that you can set up however many sides you want in this form, as well as well as all these others. Okay, so next we're going to get into modify ribbon. So modify, we'll go down the list. This little symbol means move, and again, if you guessed it, you could go to the pull down menu and there will be a move command in there as well. Okay, and as you guessed it, you could type in move or just M for the shortcut to get you to the move command. So the move command kind of works just like Rhino, where you select the object, enter when you finish selecting, and then move from a base point to a base point. You can always select, if you type in the enter key, it's the last command. You could always select multiple objects and enter when done and move things that way as well. Okay, so that's the move command in a nutshell. We could rotate objects by selecting this icon right here, rotate, and it's no good rotating a circle because it'll look the same whenever, however we rotate it, right? So rotate it, we'll rotate this ellipse, that's good. And then when we're finished selecting, enter, and then the base, it asks for a base point, so we'll put the base point at the center right there and turn it 90 degrees, or you can actually type in a degree, 45, so that's 45. And again, AutoCAD works in a counterclockwise direction, so if you want it the other way, you would have typed in negative 45. Okay. This is the trim tool. Trim tool, just like in Rhino, works pretty much the same way. If we select everything, we could trim anything that touches its lines. And again, if you're a little bit smart about it and using the trim tool, you'll select just 2 lines and then select the object that you want to trim, so you don't have to select all these other objects. There is an arrow here. That means that you can expand that thing, right? And then, so the opposite of trim would be extend. So if you wanted to extend, select the extend button, and then I'll select this line right here, which is the border, enter, and then select the object that I want to extend. Okay, so with that, you have the trim and the extend command. Going right across, we have the erase, so you can hit the erase and hit any object, enter, and that will be delete. So basically, in Rhino, it was delete as a command, or as a key. In AutoCAD, it's erase. or these top one, M was for move, rotate is RO, or you could type in rotate and it'll get you the same one. So extend is, I believe, E. No, E is erase. EX is extend. And trim is TR, or T, I think. Oh, okay, it was TR. So you could pretty much guess at the command, I think. As long as you kind of know what you want to do, you can pretty much guess at it. Okay. E is for erase, and so on and so on. So this icon is copy. So you can select the object, enter, and copy it elsewhere. I think we use the mirror command as well. Mirror is select the object, and then select or enter to finish the selection, and then choose a line of mirror. And then you have a choice of deleting the original object or not deleting the original object. Kind of like what when Rhino asks you if you want to make copies or not. Okay, so that's a mirror. Fillet command is, I think we use the fillet command, right? Yeah, we use the fillet command when we wanted to join these two lines, let's say, up here. So F is fillet. Select that one and that one. But before we do that, just like in Rhino, we should check the radius first. So check the radius to make sure that it is 0. Okay, so if we do check it and it's 0, then select the object, and that will take the fillet. If we wanted to, of course, change the radius. You could say, let's say 1 inch, and then when you fillet rate, how big is this? Distance, oh, 21, okay. Fillet radius, and I'll put 12 feet. Select that and select that. I could get a round fillet. Okay, so it all depends on the radius that you set up. In Rhino, remember it was like 2 inch was, I think it was 2 inch was the, or was it 1 inch? 1 inch was the default radius, and we had to check that it was in a, we had to turn it into a 0 radius. So fillet, FR, so F for fillet, and then R for the radius, or click on here, and then if I type in 0 as a 0 radius, I can always turn that back to the sharp line. Okay. This one is explode. I guess I don't know if I have, oh, there it is. There's one that is all joined because it's a polyline. If I go to explode, I can select that and it becomes individual lines. Just like just how I selected the icon, I could just type in X, and that is the shortcut key for explode. Okay. And then down the list, whoops, down the list, this is the stretch command, and of course with the stretch command you could select an area, enter, and then select the portion and stretch the object. Scale command works the same way, where I could select an object and select the base point of the object, enter or the shift key, and then I could use the cursor to set the scale, or just type in the scale factor. Like I want it twice the size, type in 2, and it's now twice the size. The rectangular array we'll use later, but basically it's going to copy in columns and rows, or if you use a polar array, it'll copy itself in a circle. As well as a path array, if you set a path, it'll copy objects along that path. Okay, and this offset command, it's just like the offset command in Rhino, where you take the offset command and then select the object, or I'm sorry, offset, O for offset, and then set the distance. So I'll set 5 foot, and then select the object and which side do I want to offset that to. Okay, so that is the offset commands in the ribbon. You also have a few more over here, which we'll use at some point. Okay, just like the draw, we have, and how we showed you in the command prompt, each of these have its own command prompt as well as a shortcut. We can also go to the modify pull down and use the same use the command through there as well. Okay, and that one should be self-explanatory because it also has the icon and the command associated with it.